Look here as Ituria zooms in with his camera, focusing on its mysterious red glow.
We took 2 days reviewing the video, making analysis on the computer, and we discovered that this UFO has this kind of energy all around.
Can there be any simple explanations for the strange objects continuously being recorded around the globe and even above it? Most UFO investigators remain perplexed. Interestingly, some don't see it as a threat, but as a blessing.
We don't know what they are, where do they come from, what do they want, but we are convinced that this presence is positive to our lives.
Coming up is a Mexico UFO wave leading people to believe that aliens are landing.
So when he met the occupants, he said that they were beings of light, kind of spiritual extraterrestrials.
And later, is Israel waging secret combat with UFOs?
Israel has never admitted to UFOs, and I know for a fact that our Air Force is chasing them constantly. I was in the Air Force.
When UFOs, the best evidence ever caught on tape 2, returns.
Among the many impressive cases of UFOs caught on tape around the world, perhaps none has captured the public's imagination as much as those seen over Mexico. The wave of sightings, which started in 1991, continued throughout the decade as UFO watchers kept their cameras trained to the sky. Amazingly, many Mexican people are starting to believe that not only are unidentified flying objects navigating in the skies above them, but aliens are actually landing and meeting with their countrymen. December 8, 1999, as a Mexico City businessman got dressed for work in the early morning, he spotted this unusual craft outside his window and managed to capture it on tape. Listen as he speaks to the possible inhabitants of the unknown craft.
¿Sabes qué? Llámale para alguna cosa de los medios de comunicación.
He realized that it could be some of the so-called UFOs, and it was the classic shape of the oval UFO, most of the times present in the skies of Mexico. He was very excited, and he said, "How are you, boys? How are you staying? What can you tell me about Alpha Centauri?" And suddenly the object disappeared. Maybe they didn't like the comments.
Notice the dark upper and bottom edges of the craft, and the spinning movement in the middle, which seems to disturb the atmosphere around it. Whatever was floating in the Mexico City sky that morning remains a mystery. But there are some UFO cases in Mexico which, simply put, are either too good to be true or elaborate hoaxes. Incredibly, some of these even involve meetings with alleged alien beings. November 1991, Tepoztlan, Mexico. A man named Carlos Diaz managed to capture a UFO over his house. Look here as he zooms in on the strange orange object in the sky. Then suddenly, he is somehow right on top of it, as we see amazing detail rarely seen in any UFO video.
It was like plasma, classic plasma shape with red color, red glowing color, and with these spinning movements that show that it was indeed a UFO and not another known object.
While Carlos Diaz's first videos may be impressive to some experts, many still feel that Diaz, a professional photographer, should have stopped there. Since his first videotaped sighting, Diaz has managed to record many other UFOs, but some of them are simply too far-fetched and simply look hoaxed. Look at this video taken in June of 1992. Notice how the UFO suddenly appears out of nowhere, almost as if it is turned on like a light bulb. Another video taken in May of 1993 shows the craft close up. Suddenly, some strange laser beam seemingly shoots out from the bottom. But are we seeing an actual UFO, or merely part of an elaborate hoax perpetrated by Diaz? Dr. Bruce Maccabee has viewed much of the Diaz material.
This video was shot through a window in his house, and that means that there's the possibility that he could have hung something in front of the camera just outside his house quite easily.
But do we disregard all of Diaz's video evidence simply because some of it may not look credible?
Now, I can't say that every one of these things is not an actual unidentified flying object out there. I would tend to believe that some of them may be fabricated.
Even more shockingly, Diaz is claiming actual alien contact. He alleges that beings from another world invite him aboard their spaceships and give him messages for mankind.
Carlos Diaz told me that he was absorbed by the plasma craft in some way. So when he met the occupants, he said that they were beings of light, kind of spiritual extraterrestrials.
September 1994. In the small village of Metepec in central Mexico, a woman went public with a video showing a supposed alien being in a field next to her home. She didn't shoot it just once. She allegedly shot it twice. The alleged alien in the field, videotaped in Metepec, has made news headlines in several countries. But is it real? Take a look at the image. It appears to be a glowing creature of some kind. The body seems somewhat squatty, the head possibly a typical alien seen in many magazines and newspapers as well as books. What are we to make of it? Many experts are baffled. To this day, it remains a mystery. But incredibly, Mexico is not the only place where alleged living aliens are said to be videotaped. An intriguing video started to make the rounds in America and around the world a few years ago. It purportedly shows a creature or being from another planet being interviewed by our government at Area 51 in Nevada. Jeff Broadstreet, a producer, has worked on a documentary about the alleged alien interview. He claims it shows a being and the American government somehow let it leak out. He says he obtained the strange video from a mysterious source simply known as Victor.
He said that he smuggled it out of Area 51 when the footage was being transferred from videotape to digital disc storage, and that's how he was able to get the footage out. According to the source, what we are seeing is an EBE, an extraterrestrial biological entity, held in an interrogation room at Area 51, and he is being interrogated by a government telepath.
Take a very careful look at this supposed alien being as he sits in a small interrogation room at Area 51. Is he really answering questions telepathically, as the source Victor claims?
The thing about the footage, and the thing that grabs people, is that after you look at it, it has this kind of creepy quality that tends to get to people, and it tends to kind of hook them. Whether you believe it or you disbelieve it, people want to see the footage.